All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to all of our listeners. This is Pop Pro, episode 1. And this series is named How to Turn Trends to Transactions. My name is Julie Callahan and joined by
Maria Aquarola. We are so excited to be here for episode 1, Turning Trends to Transactions, specifically focused on the technology space.
Absolutely. And just as a reminder for all of our listeners, this is designed to be podcast style. You're going to hear some friendly banter between Maria and myself, and we're just so excited to have you walk away with some ways that you can use what we have said and implement them into your business.
Absolutely. For distributor partners, this means endless opportunities and ways that you can take what's trending in a certain industry vertical and turn it into actionable sales steps. So why are we starting with technology? This really leads our internal business conversations that we're having. 114 mentions average a week. We are talking about this all day, every day with overwhelming dominance. So we know that you, our distributor partners, are talking about this. This is an industry that is innovative, that needs promotional products and needs more innovation. So that's why we're starting here.
That's right. And you're going to hear us touch on a lot of things today. But one thing we love about tech is the products positioned here are often serving multiple purposes. And this is great whether you already work in the tech space or you're actively going after new tech clients. This is the right episode for you. So, Maria, tell us what's on the agenda for today.
Absolutely. So we have 3 big things on our agenda today. First, we want to talk high level, the trends that are shaping this industry. So arming you with the information to kind of walk the walk and talk the talk and speak to what's really happening in the industry. Second, we're going to focus a little bit more on product and what is selling specifically in this industry right now. And then finally, we're going to finish up with creative positioning and a use case to bring everything together and hopefully have you guys leave with actionable strategies to really capitalize on these trends.
Yep. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Maria. So why don't we kick things off with some broader trends that are specific to the tech sector and vertical. So this will not be about product in this section. The concept here is to arm you with information that allows you to be a subject matter expert in the tech space. So Maria, having said that, where do you think we should start?
I think sustainability is a big one. 83% of consumers regard sustainability as something that they are considering in their purchasing decisions. So there's a clear mandate for eco-friendly products, for eco-friendly practices. And I think it meets customer expectations, but also positions you as forward thinking.
Right, but we often hear sustainability a lot. And so I'm curious when you're saying that, are you saying that that's also specific to tech?
I think tech companies are increasingly looking for eco-friendly products, especially that's what we're hearing from our distributor partners. So we want to lean into what we are hearing. So we're actually heard from the CEO of one of our top 10 distributor partners that their largest clients that are tech focused are asking for EcoVadis certification, are asking for eco-friendly materials. They're requiring a certain amount of their products that they are showing to be eco-friendly or sustainable. So we know that this is starting to become an important point and really is going to be important in the market as we move forward, specific to large name tech clients because they're so visible in the market.
Yeah. And I had to say, Maria, when you said EcoVadis, my ears sort of perked up. We are very proud at Pop Promos, for example, to be an EcoVadis silver supplier. And what do you think that means in terms of the importance of that in this space?
I know we're really excited that we got an EcoVadis silver recognition this year, kind of increasing from bronze, but I think it's going to become really important in the future as it becomes more of a global mandate for, are you sustainable in your practice as well as your product? So I think it's going to become the standard, and being a little bit ahead of that curve and seeing some of our largest partners be in that boat with us ahead of the curve, I think is going to be important, especially for one of the largest end user verticals that we're seeing right now.
Yep. All right, so Maria, thanks for that information about sustainability. And I think the second trend that we're going to focus on here is the rise of AI. Ironically, I know AI is a tech tool and technology platform in a lot of cases, but we're seeing that rise inside of the tech space as well. So we're seeing things like digital integration. This means embedding smart technology inside of things like promotional items and really trying to answer the needs of the consumer. So think about things like the rise of smart technology in water bottles, for example, and utilizing this AI technology to leverage analytics, buying behaviors, etc. We know that this particular area of focus in terms of innovation in the IA space is very relevant in our tech messaging today.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're not talking about AI, I don't think you're going to be able to effectively talk to technology customers. So we're seeing even more companies combining new AI tech. It seems like an emerging opportunity for new business across the board with that balance. So 45% of end buyers are showing a preference for digital enhancements. So they want to integrate virtual reality. They want to transform the end user experience. So really seeing customers interact with products and this virtual environment that enhances purchasing confidence and engagement. So really understanding that to be able to speak knowledgeably to your technology partners.
Yep. And you may be saying to yourself, okay, I accept that I haven't really embraced AI yet. Our encouragement to anyone listening today is to start small. So my area of focus has always been start with a tool like ChatGPT.
For sure.
It's free. It's pretty end user friendly in terms of trying to implement it into your daily life. But that'll get you slightly more acclimated so you can speak more intelligently about it when you're speaking to your tech clients.
Absolutely. It's becoming essential in this new era of work. And I think most of us are using it to some extent. And again, just challenge yourself to try taking the first step. And Julie, I would love to kind of reel us back in here. How are we connecting this back to promo and to what's relevant to our distributor partners?
Absolutely. So this is where the turning trends and transaction comes into play. We know this is a great sales opportunity, and tech also typically means a hybrid work environment where you're going to have people that are working both in office and remotely, and making sure that you're connecting those groups so they feel like they're part of a community is really critical here. So connecting them, making them feel like they're contributing,
Absolutely.
and helping tie the brand of your company into that is all the more critical.
Absolutely. And I think just pausing and asking your tech clients, how are they using AI? How are they utilizing this trend? And, we're seeing with tech companies starting to hire again, albeit a little bit slower than before. They're focusing on recruitment quality over quantity. So now's really the perfect time to pitch promotional campaigns that go hand in hand and really showcase that value.
Absolutely. All right, so let's shift gears a little bit here from our trends into talking about product and items that have really taken the lead in the tech sector over the last couple of years.
Julie, what a smooth segue to get us into our product focus section. We are really excited because obviously we all love talking product. So if you don't know, Pop Promos actually tracks every single order that we do internally at the end user industry level. So we really love using our internal data to help better arm our partners with knowing what's really flying off the shelves in any given industry, but of course in tech today. So Julie, lead us off. What are we seeing?
Yes. So this may feel obvious, but don't discount obvious. It's important to bring those to the forefront. Tech, desk accessories should come straight top of mind. So think about those great desk mats, notepads that are sitting on a desk, a mouse pad, things that really help keep your workspace organized, whether at home or in office.
Absolutely. If it's obvious for a reason. People are always looking for ways to stay connected and to be productive. So we've still seen consistent sales of these items for technology end users specifically, and I don't think we're going to see that go away.
No, absolutely. And you know what's fun? Travel.
I agree. Travel is fun.
Travel is back in general, but we're seeing people travel a lot in the tech space. So
That's
think
true.
about people attending trade shows, for example. We're seeing that on the rise. And there's great products that can support these events like luggage tags and other items that are really specific to travel, but also speak to that customer type.
I agree. Tech sales are top of mind right now. So tech companies are always having field reps out. They're going and they're visiting multiple people. They give additional promotion when they're traveling with branded sets, because when you see people out and you see their luggage tag with some sort of new technology or AI, you wonder what that is, especially because a lot of their branding is really forward and fun.
That is so true. And Maria, How could we forget? We've got to talk about socks when we're talking about tech. Tell us about socks.
We're never not talking about socks here at Pop, so I think they're just a staple in the tech world. They continue to be a top seller because they can accommodate, some of those fun patterns and tech designs. They are our most reordered product specifically for tech end users because we can do a full color DTG sock with those crazy all over patterns. We can also do a really nice dress sock with knit in patterns. So we are seeing in our internal data, these are not only one of the most popular products, but one of the most reordered products as well. So if you're not showing socks to tech clients, you absolutely have to be.
Absolutely. All right. I could not agree with you more, Maria, on socks. And let's also just think about wearable accessories in general. Okay, my mind is going to, you're at the mall, our favorite place. And your
Malls are very popular right now, guys.
They are. Apple or a Google store, and you walk in and you know who the employees are. They're all wearing that matching iconic Apple t-shirt. And having promotional products like a great custom sock or a beanie or a lanyard to help coordinate and pull that uniform together really just makes it all the better.
I agree. It gives employees a little bit more autonomy to customize, still inside of the brand requirements, but especially when they have a fun design pattern or brand colors, it just adds some extra pops and some extra excitement to some of those more straightforward uniforms, to your point.
Yeah. All right, so that brings us into our final topic here. We promised that we would also provide some great ways to be creative in terms of how you position product in the space. So Maria, kick us off.
I mean, I think typically where we start with a mouse pad, a notebook, one of the desk mats, all the top sellers that we called out earlier are inherent. But as we see the white collar market has kind of slowed a little bit, something that we can embrace is that onboarding experience, taking things a step further. So my mind's going to employee onboarding. How do we increase the quality? So if you're doing a fun desk mat, how do we include a QR code that has company information for onboarding, that has the company handbook? Give seamless remote onboarding. So instead of just a product, this is now a tool for onboarding, and it's really taking your product pitches from just a product with the logo to something that is really useful as a tool, especially for technology clients that expect that.
Yeah, and I think what you're saying, Maria, really aligns with what we're seeing in the slowdown of the hiring, being more strategic in the hiring.
Yes.
And now you're aligning a product to that hiring trend.
Absolutely. They want higher end, higher quality hires. So many, using the word hire, quite a lot there.
Sure did.
But it's really giving more intentional, higher perceived value items that can transcend not just from onboarding, but to current team wins. So, one of the projects is completed. People we know work on them forever, especially in tech. We want to give something that's impactful, creates a sense of pride, something that you want to get. You're excited. I can't wait to finish this so I can get X thing, and really creating almost that like influencer effect that I have to get this thing that's only available if I do X.
Yeah, it's really that creating that sense of accomplishment.
Yes.
And allowing there to be something that's monumental that they can take with them to showcase that sense of pride for all of their hard work. And not only that, that helps build the culture and make people stay at their current business, which we know now, especially in tech, is all that more important to keep those great employees retained.
Absolutely. And not just employee retention, but on a completely different note, client retention is also really important to tech customers. So even the best customers lose 10 to 30% of their client base every single year. So everyone's always looking for ways to backfill, and using promotional products to attract new clients is somewhere where you could differentiate and creatively position to these tech clients that are in a big competition pool right now.
Yeah. And it's going to be that much more important for every tech client to focus on client acquisition, to backfill some of those attritions from the year before on their customers. And we know that we saw a major change in what this has looked like from the year of 2021 and 22 to the more current performance in tech. It's kind of been all over the board there. And so really making sure as a tech customer, knowing that it's a saturated space, that targeted messaging for customer and client acquisition is that much more important.
I agree. And I think when we talk about creatively positioning products, we really do have to talk about the design, because tech is always ahead. You know what I mean? They're forward thinking.
Innovative.
Yes, it's fun, it's creative. All of the tech companies that we really succeed with here at Pop and create big collections are the ones that have totally unique branding. full color patterns, all over designs. They're pushing the envelope and they want to see the product and the design on those products really go hand in hand with the innovation they're seeing in technology, which is what they're doing. So I think that the design and the product selection should really mirror that innovation.
Yes, yes. And this is the coolest part as a listener and a distributor that can help set you apart is pushing the boundaries of the typical branding you see in the space. Even think about Apple. It's a black and white logo, but they use color all the time to really get their message out there.
Absolutely. I mean, differentiation is everything right now. How do we stand apart? And I think creating something that still speaks to the brand identity, but really is exciting, fresh, and new is what's going to set distributor partners apart.
Absolutely. And so we know, based on what you said earlier about the hiring trend and moving away from just having mass volume being hired into really helping create something that is allowing the employee to have a different experience there. That's also true for their customers that they're going after and the experience they're trying to drive in the field. So it's not just about product that you're giving away. You want that product to be usable and also speak to the tech sector itself. An example that's coming to mind, our suction phone mount.
Everybody needs them. I think any product that gives a nod to the space, like the cord crossbody, a great addition to any uniform. Everybody has their phone on them. All of these products are really speaking to what we're seeing happening in tech right now and giving a little nod to their tech adjacent. And I think what we're seeing is that, especially companies like social media, things that are trending like TikTok, Meta, Facebook, Instagram, they have all of these marketing dollars to spend and they want to spend it on products that they know influencers are going to use, they're going to promote, they're going to be excited about, that they can use every single day. So I think that it really does go hand in hand.
Yeah, and I think you're aligning the product to its intended audience.
Yes.
And we know that there's a desire for tech companies to have influencers. Give them an accessory that allows them to be an influencer makes a ton of sense here.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. We keep saying tech is forward-thinking. They're ahead. They are using the influencer effect not only to promote their platforms, to promote their technology, but really to promote that branding and get the effect like you have with any other industry, like Starbucks, for example, where you immediately recognize the logo, you immediately recognize that it is a coffee company, and they're really using this to help end users gain brand awareness and gain new customers themselves, because this is a competitive space.
Yes. Okay, Maria, I have to say, shifting just a little bit here, what's coming to mind as we're saying all of this is, I don't know, have you ever heard of this company called Apple?
No, Julie.
#1 brand in the world, most recognized. So let's talk about Apple, okay?
Let's talk about
Apple. Let's talk about Apple for a second. All right, so you guys know that when Apple launches an update to their iOS platform, or they have a new phone coming out, guess what they want? They want so much buzz around that event and that launch. And oftentimes they're doing that in person. You hear about people waiting all night so they can get the first iPhone. When they do these events, they're inviting critical people to attend. Your influencers, people that write tech articles, other innovators in the space. And how cool would that be in advance of that if, I don't know, we provide them something that makes that experience that much more attractive to attend?
I agree. And I think specifically in relation to Apple, when they're launching a new iOS, they have, the screensavers, the backgrounds. It's almost like a mini brand launch. So if you had a pre-show mailer that went out with some of those assets, it almost teases what it's going to be, gets people really excited, and can be really successful in terms of pre-event outreach. Julie, what else are we seeing besides something just like a pre-launch luggage tag? What other things are we seeing that could be impactful?
I mean, I think that something that's this is practical as our inflatable travel pillow.
True.
You are traveling to the event. It's something you'll use while you're traveling to the event. It may get you reacclimated with while you're going because you're going to see that brand and it's iconic. But it's a super fun way to drive that buzz and that excitement around something that, of course, Apple in this scenario is very excited about.
I agree. And I think it connects that it doesn't just have to be tech products or tech focused. It's really a tangible way to translate product in a creative position to get people really excited for an event and get engagement for those new designs.
Oh my gosh. This was so great, Maria.
So many great insights today. Guys, thank you so much for joining along in our first ever episode for Pop Pro, trends to transactions. Julie, thank you so much for the conversation. It's always so fun collaborating with you.
The pleasure is mine, Maria. And be sure to look for us on our YouTube channel and check out coming soon, episode number 2. Remember, we are Pop Pro, and this is how to turn trends into transactions.
Thank you guys so much. Until next time, happy selling. Bye.